don't know anything about polo, honestly.
I know it's played on horses and it's popular in England, and I think there's like a stick mallet thing involved. And that's about all I know.
Polo is a really ancient game, I know. You played on the horse, right? And it was actually from India, right?
I know you try to hit it with a stick and a goal or something like that.
It's a game where you ride horses and use croquet hammers, mallets.
The fate had finally found me, and your voice was...
I'd say the most exciting part about playing the game is that it's definitely the ride-offs. You know, hitting one-on-one when you're chasing that ball makes it a very complicated game, and it's really like a man-on-man. You know, I like the one-on-one competition, especially arena. I love the aggression in the arena because it's tight quarters. Everybody's going fast in a really short space. Basically, the ball runs on a line, and the direction that the ball goes is what dictates the line. And so if you're on the left side of the line hitting the ball, you have to stay on the left side of the line. And you can't cross it. Now that's if you're offense. If you're defense, if you're on the other side of the line and you want to try and take the ball, you either have to push your man off of his line and take it, and the only way to do that is to ride them off knee to knee, and you just run your horse into the other horse. You just try and push him out of the way. Or if you're on the opposite side, you can lean over and hit on your left side. As long as you're not crossing that straight line that the ball goes on, it's not a foul. And of course, there are fouls like dirty hits, and there's fouls like a high hook. Hooking's kind of similar to hockey. It's just you hook their mallet, and if it's too high above their head, it's an illegal hook. You can't hit a horse with your mallet. That's a foul penalty. Stopping is a big penalty because a lot of people will. The game will be going, and it'll be going real fast, and you've got people behind you that are running right behind you, and if you slam on the brakes, they're going to run right up your ass. And a lot of people get hurt like that. Basically, all the fouls are centered around horse safety and rider safety, mainly horse safety, because it's a really aggressive game, not only for the riders, but for the horses as well. They love it, though. And the pen, you can kind of see that same sort of attitude between the 6 of them when they're on the field together. I've seen one of my horses every time I ride her into some other horse, you know, she kind of reaches over and bites them. You know, it's just kind of like another game for them. It's great. They love it. They really get into it. It's not only us who are competitive, the horses are competitive too. Most of them are pretty obedient for the most part, but when you are out of control, it's a pretty bad feeling. Our president, Tamer, one time out in the pasture decided to hop on a horse with just a halter on, so he just hopped on a bareback. And the horse just took off, and he freaked out, and he's just holding on for dear life while this horse just ran amok around the paddock, and he was yelling and screaming, and then finally I just told him, you gotta bail, and he just jumped off. Bailing's always an option. Yeah. But it's not always the prudent option. I'd rather just ride it out.
I came with no experience, and I just wanted to learn. The hardest thing, I mean, for me was riding itself. I wasn't too good of a rider. And so getting into it, I had to, you know, train or practice a lot just to get comfortable with the horse. Because really riding just has to be second nature so that you can actually, you know, play the game. And after about the first year, I really got good on a horse, and I got really comfortable, you know, working with horses and riding them. And that opened the door to the amazing sport of polo. It's just a thrill. It's just, I mean, horses themselves are just amazing animals, and they're, you know, riding is so much fun. And so getting on the back of a horse and adding a new dimension by actually playing a sport on it, you know, going after the ball, fighting after the ball, and, you know, just the competitiveness and aggressiveness of the sport is just amazing. When I became president my sophomore year, the guys who introduced me to the sport had all graduated. I was introduced to the club with 4 seniors, and they all left me the club, basically. And so I tried to, you know, rebuild it, recruit more people, and build the club up. That's still what we're trying to do. all of our horses have been donated to us, and the actual care of the horses comes from membership dues. People pay dues per semester, and that goes to just maintaining our horses, feeding them, taking care of them, any vet bills that might cover. TAC is also usually donated, and often throughout the year we get private donations that really help us out. Usually alumni, yes, or people in the polo community. We play a lot with people from the Austin Polo Club, Dallas Polo Club, Houston Polo. They all help us out. They host events for us, invite us out to play, and really, just keep us going. I mean, it's a very expensive sport, so it's going to take a lot to keep it going after I graduate. So I'm going to enjoy it while I'm in school. Hopefully, get working after I graduate and make enough money to play polo. But no, it's definitely going to be a big part of my life. It already has, and will continue to be. I'd really like to get us closer to Austin. Right now, we board our horses down in Kyle at County Line Polo Club. It's about a half an hour drive, and it's kind of the limit to where we can get people to go out, get supporters to come out and watch and recruit new members. So my first goal, hopefully before I leave, is to find a piece of property closer to the Austin area and get funding to build an arena. From there, I have a whole development plan that I'd like to actually, expand the club. It could, allow for competitive tournaments, national and regional collegiate tournaments, as well as outdoor matches and games that we could bring people in and get people in Austin really involved in polo, especially at UT. After we ride, we hang out, we barbecue, we socialize, we take care of the horses. I mean, a lot of people join the club just so they can get back into the equestrian world and actually care for the horses, pamper them a little, play with the ponies.